Okay, so here we go for our full body car routine. You should be doing this every day, even on the days that you're not working out. This is going to take care of joint maintenance. It's going to take care of tissue maintenance, so making sure that we're retaining the strength, the ranges of motion, and the control over the current ranges of motion that we own. And it's also going to drive blood flow and drive activation to all of the tissues that we're about to use during our workout. Usually, I will give you certain specific joints that you want to focus on more than other ones if it is a full body car routine that you're doing prior to a workout. So I like to start my full body car routine with my ankles and work up my kinetic chain. You could do it backwards and start from your neck and work your way down. That's really up to you. Either way, ankles, we're going to try to hold our leg in a position where we're going to move only from the ankle down. There is a little bit of rotation that can happen from the tibia, so pay attention to the shin bone so that the shin bone is not moving. I like to prevent it from moving by almost getting it in a headlock, and now I can feel my shin, and to see, I can adjust it and feel if it's moving or not. From there, I'm going to take my ankle and I'm going to really explore how far I can take it in each direction. I'm making big circles, going as far as I can, using the muscles to get there. I'm going to do 3 rotations to one side, and then I'm going to reverse the direction and do 3 rotations to the other side. Then I'm going to repeat the process on the other leg. Next, we're going to do knee cars. So now we do want that tibia to be moving. I'm going to hold my leg in a similar position. Now I'm not going to do the whole headlock. Now I'm just going to hold it up here. I'm going to turn my foot all the way out. I'm going to extend my knee as far as I can go from in this position. Then I'm going to turn it in and flex the knee again. Again, I'm going to do 3 rotations in each direction. I'm starting off with this one in counterclockwise direction. And then I reverse it, so now I'm going to reverse it. Now I'm going to stay here, extend, and then rotate towards the outside at the top. Again, 3 rotations, really squeezing the muscles to get as far as I can into each direction. Then I switch legs and I do the same thing. Next up, we got the hips. So for the hips, I'm going to show you the hip car in a quadruped position, but you could also do this standing. I do have videos of this elsewhere, so if you need those videos, let me know. So for the quadruped hip car, a little bit complicated. We're going to start off by making sure our hands are right underneath our shoulders, our knees are underneath our hips, and I'm going to drive my feet into the ground. From here, I'm going to bring my knee up to my chest. I'm going to open the gate, trying to keep my hip facing the floor. I'm going to twist and kick, squeezing the glute and the hamstring here. Now I'm going to go over the fire hydrant, driving my knee towards my armpit, and then down to the starting position. Again, 3 rotations on each side. Really trying to get into as far as I can in each direction, really using those muscles. Okay, next up, we got thoracic spine cars. So for this one, I do like to be in this position. I also like to go wide. The wider I go, the less hip motion I feel. So from here, you're going to crunch down. You're going to follow your belt line all the way to the side by using your flank muscles to get you there. Then I'm going to use more of those flank muscles, and I'm going to dip the shoulder towards the hip. I'm going to pop the chest out through the shoulders, and I'm going to go over to the other side, driving that other shoulder down to that hip. Then I'm going to bring my elbow down so that both of my elbows are at the same position, and then down to the center. And then I'm going to repeat that 3 rotations towards one side and 3 rotations towards the other side. The key here is, as I'm doing it, I'm using the muscles on one side to get me there, but I also want to feel on the opposite side a stretch in the same tissues that are being contracted on the working side. Okay, so now I'm going to turn into this direction so you can see better. We're going to move on to scapular cars. I like to put my hands forward straight. I'm going to push my shoulders forward, then shrug, bring them all the way back, down, and forward. So making a big circle with my shoulders, trying to get my scapula to be the only moving piece of the puzzle. Then I reverse the direction. And now I'm ready to move on to shoulder cars. So for the shoulder cars, I'm going to fully supinate and externally rotate my arm. Then I'm going to cross my body all the way up, bicep by my ear. I like to say turn the light bulb and reach behind as far as we can. Really trying to challenge that range of motion. Once I'm down here by my side, my hand should be facing away from me and my thumb should be facing backwards. Then from here, I'm going to go straight back. I'm going to hit a wall where I feel like I can't move through. I'm going to need to rotate my arm to move through that wall, bringing it back to that original position through that reverse motion. Again, I'm going to do 3 on each side. Elbow cars. Basically like a Subman curl, I'm going to start off with my arm supinated. I'm going to do a curl. I'm going to turn my forearm so my fists are facing down. Then I'm going to go down. I'm going to turn again. Again, 3 rotations in each direction. Really push to the limits. Then I'm going to switch the direction here. So I'm going to continue facing up. Then I rotate to face down at the bottom. And I do 3 reps in this direction. Next up, wrist cars. I like to block my forearm supination and pronation by using my thumb. I put it right on my radius. So I block off this little bone on the side of the thumb so that the forearm doesn't actually pronate. I block off that bone and I'm going to do my wrist cars this way. So my forearm should always be this side facing up. Again, 3 in each direction. And we're doing both sides. And finally, we got neck cars. So I like to really focus on the chin position for the neck cars. I'm going to start off by tucking my chin towards my clavicle. You can probably hear me really well here. Then I'm going to follow my clavicle all the way to one side with my chin. I'm going to pretend like I have water in the ear that's on top here I'm going to spill that water over my shoulder, behind my shoulder. Then I'm going to draw a big circle up and around with my chin, spilling the water in the opposite ear, up over the opposite shoulder, meeting my clavicle again with my chin, bringing it to the center, continuing to do 3 reps in this direction. And then as always, I reverse the direction. Excellent.